Hey, good morning and welcome to our weekly Wednesday breakthrough. I'm Carolyn Bishop, your business with balance coach, and today we're actually going to do a chart, a client finding chart. We're going to look at all the different possible ways of finding clients and rank them for you, rank them for your business, rank them for what is the best fit for your clients, for the people that you're looking for. So we're going to dig in and do some work. And I hope as you join us, you'll grab a paper and pen because this is going to be very interactive, very personalized for you. And you're going to get the most benefit out of it if you actually grab a paper and pen and dive in with me. So welcome, welcome. This is our weekly Wednesday breakthrough. We're here every single Wednesday at 9 a.m. And I'm going to be grabbing lots of sips of water. My voice is a little rough this morning because we had a basketball game last night, a state level basketball game. Ended up being our last one. We are out, but oh my gosh, we had an amazing game. It was a lot of fun. So I've been cheering and my voice is a little rough. So say hi when you join us. If you're watching the replay, put hashtag replay in there. And if you are one of my clients, if you're in the academy, the full academy, put Breakthrough Academy. If you are part of our pillar program, put pillar program in the chat. And if you are part of our balance project, type balance project in. I want to know who we got with us and what's going on. And when you're watching the replay, what is happening. So I'm just going to double check that we are live in the group. There we go. I see us. Perfect. That's why I can see your comments and your interactions as we go. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I'm going to start out before we get into this, because again, what we're going to do today is client ranking. We're going to talk about not client ranking, sorry, client finding ranking different ways of finding clients, and so that you can really walk away knowing where the best use of your time and energy is going to be to get that consistent flow of people coming in, because you are one personalized prospect path away from the six-figure business with balance you want. You are one personalized prospect path away from the six-figure business with balance you want. Isn't that empowering? When you have the 5 core pillars in place in your business and they are well connected and they match who you are and all areas of your life, you can have the six-figure business with balance that you really want. You are one personalized pillar path away from the six-figure business with balance that you want. I remember back, it's not too long ago, that I was sitting in my office and it was time where the sun was just setting. And so it was starting to get a little darker. And the light was just coming in the window in my office. And I was staring at my laptop. I had my business account open, my business bank account open, and I was staring at the numbers. And then I'd stare at my desk, and then I'd stare at the numbers. And what I was doing was sitting there trying to brainstorm how I was going to pull out the month. Because again, I was looking at numbers that I was not happy with, that were not where I was supposed to be. And this is a time when I was a leader in a business where people were looking up to me and I was supposed to be this great coach and I was teaching and training from the podium all the time. But I was on a roller coaster with my business where one month would be great, the next month would be lousy. A couple months would be great, another one would be lousy. Maybe you relate. And I just remember staring at that computer screen and thinking, how am I going to pull this out? What can I do to recover this month again? And it was like this exhausting feeling. And it felt embarrassing, knowing that I was supposed to be this leader for other people. And like, when is this going to change? And when is it going to get consistent? And I had been up and down in my business for what felt like ages. And I was at a level that a lot of people would be really grateful for. That's why I was getting invited to speak. That's why I was getting invited to teach and coach. But the roller coaster results were really starting to bother me. I just wanted consistency. Throw the word in. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Christy. If you want consistency in your business, throw the word in too. If that's something like, I just wanted this consistency. And I was getting frustrated, not because I didn't love what I did, but because when I was working, I was like, I've always felt like I was working hard, but my results were just up and down and up and down. So I was sitting there staring at my bank account on the screen of my laptop, and I hear the front door open, and my husband's coming home from work, and I hear him yell, "Hey, hello." So I pop out of my office. I was in my upstairs office and I look over the banister and say hi and chat with him for a while. And this is still spinning through my head as we're chatting. And so I said, "Hey, I've got a little bit of work to do. I'm going to finish this up and then I'll be down." So I go back into my office and again stare at the screen, at the sad state of my bank account. And I took a huge breath. And then I reached for a notebook and pen because this time I didn't want to just figure out how to fix the month. This time I wanted to figure out why my results were continuing to roller coaster up and down. And I knew I was capable. I knew I had something great. So I started diagnosing almost 15 years of the six-figure roller coaster that I'd been on. And what I thought I would find was this correlation with my kids' schedules. We travel for dance, we travel for basketball, there's track and soccer and student council and baseball. And I thought maybe it would correlate with that, or that would correlate with my travel schedule, visiting my family in Canada or taking the kids on vacation or when I was speaking at conferences or going to retreats. But that didn't correlate either. Or I thought it would maybe correlate with the intensity of the volunteer jobs that I held in the community. I was part of the Parent Teacher Association and I was coaching my kids' sports team a lot of the time when they were younger, or helping in the classroom, helping in a couple of community things that I'm really passionate about. But once again, it didn't line up. None of it matched, but there was something. When I dug deeper into my business, the ups and downs I experienced, I found something even more profound. And I found myself taking these deep breaths again, and my heart was starting to actually race because I started to realize the possibility of what I had, that I could fix this, that I could change this, that this could actually be something that I had control over. And what I uncovered can be summed up in this one beautiful phrase, in my opinion, that changed my business and honestly the rest of my life because of the stress that was able to release and the excitement of what I was able to do and knowing the impact that I was going to make. You are one personalized prospect path away from the six-figure business you want. It wasn't about my lack of hustle. It wasn't about how busy I was or how demanding my personal calendar was. It wasn't that something was wrong with me or that I wasn't good enough. The highs and lows of my business were a result of whether or not I had a solid, complete pillar path, meaning all 5 stages of the client journey. And that was how to turn strangers into long-term dream clients. And anytime I was missing one little piece, or anytime any of those things weren't well connected, or if any of the methods that I was using for any of the pillars didn't match who I was, that was when I would have the roller coaster dips. It's the power of a complete path that lines up with who you are in your life that turns strangers into dream clients on replay. So again, you are one personalized pillar path away, or one personalized prospect path away from the six-figure balance that you want. So what I want to do today is I want to make sure that you have the first step in place. Now, this isn't necessarily order. Yes, I see roller coaster results. They're exhausting. They're not exhilarating. Very, very true. So what I want to do today is we're going to take one of those pieces of that full prospect path, and we're going to diagnose the client finding method that's best for you. Now, when you're doing this, the reason that it's got to be done personally is because everybody's different. Everybody has different personalities. Everybody has different strengths. Everybody has different styles of working. They have different lives. They have different commitments. There's so many different pieces, and you want to make sure that you're not just saying, hey, I'm going to go find the best, most popular, the hot, this is the trendy way of finding clients right now that's working for everybody. Because if it doesn't match you and who you are as well, it can keep you stuck, even though you may be getting good results. Because the stuck can come from exhaustion. The stuck can come from trying to be somebody you're not. The stuck can come from just constantly trying to find the ways of making it work. And so here's what we're going to do is we're going to go through a bunch of different methods and we're going to do an assessment and evaluation. Okay. So first thing, what I'm going to do, let me grab my notes because I want to take you through a process. So again, grab your pen and paper because we're going to uncover which way is the best for you to find your clients for your niche. It's got to match you. It's got to match your dream prospects, and it's also got to match your life. Okay. So we're going to go through 4 steps. Let's do number 1 right now. So grab your pen and paper. Everybody got a pen and paper where you put, got it, got it, got it. If you're with me and you've got your pen and paper. If you've got it and you're ready to go, grab your pen and paper. All right. Put got it in the chat. Okay. I'm just looking over to see the comments. Make sure you guys are ready to go. All right. So what we're tackling today is the finding. The finding is one of the five components of a continually flowing 6-figure business. Okay, got it. Let's go. Woohoo. Okay. So number 1, I want you to write down, this is number 1 on your paper, all the different ways that you use to find clients. I'm not just talking finding leads. I'm talking finding clients. So I want you to think about, where have your clients come in from? Now, if you're building your business, you may not have a lot to work from yet. If you're, if you've been in your business for a while, I want you to think about your clients, think about where they've come from. How did you initially meet them? Where was it that you made that connection? And write down all the different ways that you have found your clients. Okay. Now, if you are newer in your business, I want you to write down some of the ways that you're considering finding clients, that you're like, I think I want to do that. That's what I'm going to put my time in. Okay. So write down all the ways that you find clients. So just brainstorm either how you met them or how you're planning on meeting them, and write down all the different ways. When you're done that, okay, because this is going to be interactive today, so I'm going to give some pauses a little bit. When you're done that, say, got them. Okay, just quickly. We don't have to go into super depth. You can do this more after, but I want you to write down all the ways that you are finding your clients. Okay, just jot down. This could be referrals. This could be speaking from a podium. This could be that you're meeting people through podcast guesting. It could be that you're doing media appearance. It could be that you're DMing strangers. It could be that you are doing ads. All right, got them. I see some got thems coming in the chat. Perfect. And if you're on live, if you're on the replay, you're watching this replay later, just write got it too. Okay, when you're ready. Okay, or pause the video and go from there. Okay, so that is number 1. It's just brainstorming all the different ways that you are meeting your clients, that you're finding your clients. Step number 2, for each method of those, so we're going to look at each of those individually. We're going to evaluate 5 different aspects of them, 5 different aspects. And what we're going to do is you're going to give them a ranking of 1 to 10 for each of these 5 things. Okay. Is this making sense? So let's just take one of the ways that you have found clients, one of the ways that you're thinking of using for finding clients. And I want you to just take that one, maybe write it down again. And then I'm going to go through the 5 things that we're going to give it a score out of 10 for, right? And I'm going to put these up on the screen so you can see them. Okay, the first thing, taking that first method of finding clients, how effective is it? The effectiveness is the first thing. Get a score of 1 to 10. And what I mean by that is, how many people have you got from it? If you're getting loads of people from that method, it's really effective, give it a 10. If you're getting massive results from it, if you're just like, things are flowing, you're not only getting big numbers, you're getting great results from it, but you're getting the right people too. So this is like the ideal effectiveness. You get people, no problem. It flows in easily. You're getting big numbers, getting great results from it, and you're definitely getting the right clients from it. Give that method of finding clients a score out of 1 to 10 on the effectiveness of it. Yes? Making sense? Okay. Will you guys put make sense in there for me? Just in the chat, if this is making sense. You're scoring the effectiveness of that finding method out of 10. About how the results are and if you're getting the right people from it. Okay. Yes, this is making sense. Okay. Second thing I want you to evaluate is the ease of that method. How easy does it feel? So give it a score on a scale of 1 to 10. How easy does it feel? Does it feel simple? Does it feel like there's a very little effort to it? It's just no problem, easy to do. It's you, it just flows, it's simple. Okay, score it on a scale of 1 to 10 for the ease, that method of finding clients. How easy is it to do? in terms of it feels simple. It's very little effort. You just flow. Okay, give it a score of 1 to 10. Whoops, sorry, hang on, forgot to change the banner. There we go. We're talking about the ease, how simple it is, how easy to do it is. Give it a score to 1 to 10. Okay, third one, we're going to score this same method of finding clients, on the enjoyability of it. Do you look forward to it? Is it fun? So, for example, if you were talking about, let's say, DMing people, okay, DMing people that you don't know to find new people. For some of you, you might be, yeah, this is easy. I'm really good at this thing. The effectiveness, I'm getting great conversations happening, but I hate doing it. I feel awkward. It's not, it doesn't feel like me. I feel like I'm like invading people's lives. That would be a low score on a scale of 1 to 10, right? But maybe the effectiveness is really great. You're getting great results. So, and the ease is really good. It feels simple. It's easy to do. And you're like, this is fun. I love doing this. I love coming up with new ways to connect with them and get them to answer and to get into conversation. So what is the enjoyability factor? So looking at that way of finding clients that you are assessing right now, how much do you enjoy doing it? How fun does it feel? Yes? Okay, got a score out of 1 to 10 for that? All right, let's move on to the fourth one. The fourth one is how self-sustaining is that system of finding clients, that method of finding clients? Can it be hands-off? If it can be totally hands off, that's a 10, right? If it stops functioning the minute that you stop doing stuff, that might be a 1. Okay. So, how self sustaining is it? Meaning, can it function by itself or do you have to be there? Now, another aspect to this could be in your scoring is I don't have to do it, but someone else can do it for me. Okay. How self sustaining is it? So, for example, if you're talking Facebook ads, okay, they are somewhat self-sustaining. Once you get the ad going, it'll run, but you still got to monitor the comments and you've still got to make sure that you're watching the copy and that you're checking in on the results of them and that the money you're spending on them is worth it. So those are pretty self-sustaining, but if you're also having to do that behind the scenes and checking it and updating it and checking your numbers and seeing how things are happening with your click-through rates and all of that, not super self-sustaining. But if you have somebody who's doing them for you, then that would be a 10 on self-sustaining. Okay. So self-sustaining for you, how self-sustaining is it right now with the way that you're functioning it? Okay. And then the fifth one that you want to rank it on a scale of 1 to 10 is how low cost is it? And I'm not just talking money here, I'm talking time and money because anything we do in our business, anything that's an investment of any kind, we're either going to pay in time or we're going to pay in money. Okay, so how low cost is the system of finding clients? It doesn't require much time or money, would be a 10. If it does require a lot of time or money, might be a 1. Okay, so rank it on a scale of 1 to 10. So again, let me go through them really quickly. You're ranking it 1 to 10 for effectiveness, like the results that you get. How good are the results and are you getting the right people? You're ranking it 1 to 10 out of the ease. How simple is it? How easy is it to do? Does it feel for you? Like it doesn't feel like much effort at all. The enjoyability, rank it on a scale of 1 to 10 for enjoyability. Do you look forward to it? Is it fun? Is it something you enjoy doing? The self-sustainability of it, can it be hands off? Can it run without you? Is it possible to not have you? Or is it, I don't want to say possible, because of course we could hire somebody at any point to do everything for us. But right now, the way that it's functioning, how self-sustaining is it? Or it might be a lower number of you're having to be really hands-on with it. And then rank on a scale of 1 to 10 about how much money or time it costs. So a 10 would be it barely costs any money or time. And then a 1 would be it costs you a lot of money or time, and rank it out of that. And then we're moving on to number 3. You guys good? You got all 5? Do we need any clarifications on any of those? Do they make sense? Okay, we guys throw in the word make sense if you've got them, or if you have a question, throw it into the chat. Because I want to make sure, because we just did one of these right now. We're going to get all of these done. So if this makes sense, do you have any questions on the clarifications on any of these methods of ranking that we're going to do? Got it? Okay, so you're scoring all of those out of a scale of 1 to 10. Again, it's going to be the effectiveness, the ease, the enjoyability, the self-sustainability, and how low cost it is. Okay, so good. Once you have a score, I want you to add up your scores. So you might need to use your calculator really quickly on your phone. You might need to use the calculator on your computer, or if you're better at math than I am, you can add up really, really quickly. Get the score out of 50. So get the totals, and then I want you to divide by 5. So what we're getting is the average here. Okay, so add up the total, how many scores you got. If you had 10 on everything, it would be out of 50 because we had 5 categories. So add up your 5 scores, and then I want you to divide by 5. Okay, so you should have a number that's somewhere between 1 and 10 right now. So will you do me a favor, if you're willing to share, even if you're on the replay, I want to see these numbers come through, is what number did you have for that method of finding clients? What was the evaluation scale for that method of finding clients? So once you've added up the 5 scores and then divided by 5, what was the average number? What was the number that you have? Okay, so if we've got effectiveness, ease, enjoyability, self-sustaining, and low cost, add up those 5 totals, what you gave it out of 10, divide by 5, and what's your number? Throw it into the chat. I would love to see that. Okay, so that is number 3. It's just add up your totals, divide by 5. That's your overall score for that method. Okay, now we're just going to do the one today because of time. I want to not keep you on here, but you can go do this with every single method of finding clients that you have. Okay, we're going to do the one. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the final method that once you have gone through and you've evaluated all your methods of finding clients that you're using, again, whether you're guesting on a podcast, whether you're DMing people, whether you're doing Facebook ads, whether you are, whatever methods you are doing, is I want you to evaluate all the methods that you're using and get that score out of 10. So rank them on all 5 of these things. And again, let me, just in case if you didn't write them down, it's effectiveness, ease, enjoyability, self-sustainability, and low cost. You want to give them a score out of 1 to 10 on how they are for those. Okay. And then, and what we're doing here is, again, is just one of the 5 pieces. We want to get our personalized prospect path really set, because when you have a complete personalized prospect path set up, that's when you're just one complete prospect path away from the 6-figure with balance business that you're wanting. Okay, the 6-figure business with balance that you're really wanting. So this is just one piece. Okay, I see a 6. It's okay. I should put the little emoji like this. It's okay. It's all right, because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to uncover how well these things fit us. And so then we can see, do I need to look for new methods of finding people? Do I need to tweak how I'm doing them? Do I need to maybe uncover whether or not there's something that I can to make this more easy, more enjoyable, more sustainable, more? So that's good. All of these scores that you get are good because all it's doing is giving you knowledge. It's not an assessment of you and how capable you are. This is what I did. Remember the story I opened up with today of how I was on this roller coaster, staring at my bank account on the screen going, oh, how am I going to pull this month out again? I don't want to have to tell my husband that I can't put as much in the joint account. I don't want to have to figure out how to scramble anymore at the end of the month to pull in the numbers that I want to have. I don't want to be feeling like I have to hide my results from anybody. I want to be able to stand at the podium and teach and be like, oh my gosh, you guys, my business is rocking. That's how it was back then. I had this roller coaster piece. Now I can. Now I can stand at the podium. Now I can go live. Now I can coach my clients and be like, I've got you. I know it. I figured it out. I went through it. I get it. And I fixed it. And I can show you how to fix it. And it is all about having that complete path. So actually, let me put this up before I forget. Okay. Next week, if those of you who have noticed some of the posts, you're a rock star. You're a rock star coach. You know you have something really big to share. You know you're a leader. You have a product or a program or an opportunity that you know can change the lives of others, but you're not maybe getting the consistent flow of clients that you want, like I wasn't. I had some and then I didn't, and then I'd have tons and then I wouldn't. Or maybe you're just like, I just need some. This workshop, we're going to look at getting that complete prospect path done. We're going to look at the entire piece, and not just the 5 pillars. If you've seen me teach on that, but there's actually going to be 3. It's a 3-part series that we're going to be doing that will give you the complete setup for being able to move forward. And the reason I keep stressing the word complete is there's so many free options out there. They're going to tell you how to tell a great story, how to do a great launch, the best way of finding people. Like, and there's all these piecemeal things, but that's why I was on that roller coaster before, is I kept getting little tiny pieces of all the different things I needed. What I wanted and what I needed, and when I put it together, absolutely changed my business and made my life so much simpler, was when I got the flowing system. The yes, finding people, and yes, having great launches, and yes, being able to work with clients, and yes, being able to tell good stories, and yes, being able to have good social media aspects. But I needed all of the pieces and how they mesh together and how they fit to be this, like, how do I do all of that without jumping all over the place? I'm trying to scramble. And so next week, I'm going to be sharing with you, we're going to be going through it. It's client finding for rockstar coaches. So this is for people who do already have a program or a product. Okay. If you're still figuring out what you're selling, it's going to be a little bit advanced. But if you have a program or a product or an opportunity that you're ready to get out there, you know it's good. You know that you can really make a positive difference in people's lives and you're passionate about that and you want to do that. That's who this is for. Okay. And what we are going to do, just to give you an idea, well, we're going to, first of all, increase today. When you're done, you're probably going to go, and I'll give you step 5. Don't worry, this whiteboard behind me is going to give you step 5, or sorry, step 4. And then you'll be able to finish that one. So I'll come back to that in a minute and tell you what to do with all your scores. But what we're going to do with all of these methods that you're evaluating is we're going to be able to increase every single one of those scores. You'll be able to, after this workshop, you'll be able to increase every single one of those scores. We're going to do a deep dive into making your systems complete, making sure that you don't have any gaps, any jumps, any pieces, but making sure that you know all the pieces that are involved in there, because that's what I really needed, was just somebody to say, okay, if you line it up this way, then you have everything. If you're just working on your stories, or you're just working on your launch, or you're just working on how to serve your clients, or just how to do good calls, or just how to, and jumping all over it can keep you stuck for a long time. Or like me, it can keep you on a roller coaster of results. So we are going to deep dive into making sure your systems are complete. We're going to reduce the amount of time, energy, and money you need to get to that 6-figure piece. Because when the pieces are connected well, you can actually flow really easily and simply. Oh, I won't say easily. This is not easy. Okay, this is not easy, but it can be very simple. And we're going to set you up to create a 6-figure client finding system that's complete. And that's why this will be different, even than the things that I've done before, is to make sure that it's got all the pieces, that you're getting the big picture, that you know exactly where to go. So you can walk away from this being like, oh, okay, I've got my complete prospect path lined up, ready to go. I got it. Well, we're not going to finish it. You're not going to have it done, but you will know exactly what to work on, where to move from what, how to work from there. So remember, you're one personalized prospect path away from the 6-figure business you want. Okay, so let's do number 4. So if you want that, there is the website. It's Rockstar Registration. That's myname.com/rockstar registration, because you've got to know you're a rockstar coach. You got to believe in yourself. You've got to know that you've got a product or something ready to go. Again, if you don't have your product ready, if you don't have something to sell yet and you're still trying to figure that out, this might be a little bit advanced. But if you are a coach, a leader, a course creator, and you have something that you know you can teach people, whether right now you're doing it in a one-on-one basis, or whether or not you've got a full program that's recorded and self-sustaining, it doesn't matter, as long as you've got something that's ready to get out there. Okay, let's get back to this. Number 4, we did the assessment in each of the 5 levels. You want to do this for each of your methods of finding clients that you use or are thinking of using it. What's the effectiveness? How easy and simple is it to do? How enjoyable is it for you personally? How self-sustaining is it going to be? Can it be? Are you able to go on vacation and it still continue or not? Like, that's an example of what I mean by the self-sustaining piece. Could you go take 2 weeks off and go travel Europe and have it still functioning for you? A 10 would be a yes, a 1 would be a no. Okay. And then how low cost is it? How much time, effort, money does it cost? If it's low cost, it's going to be a 10. If it costs you a lot of time and money, it would be closer to a 1. Okay. So those are the things that we want to evaluate for each methods of your finding. And then this is where this comes in. Okay. On your paper, what I want you to do is you're going to write each method that you use to find people. Method number 1, method 2, method 3, etc., etc. And however many methods it is that you use to find people. And you're going to have your 1, 2, oh, sorry, I'm writing sideways here, 4, 5, etc. And you're going to go all the way up to 10 and just make yourself a little graph chart. Okay. And then what you're going to do is method 1. Okay, I had a 6. I'm going to mark this here and make yourself a little bar chart. Method 3, maybe that one was a 9. And so you come up here. Method 3 was only a 3. It's here. And make yourself a little bar chart. Now, if you want, because you have the scores already in front of you on a piece of paper, you could even put them in order from lowest to highest so that your bar chart goes like this and you can see. That's how I like doing it because I like to see. I can glance quickly and go, what are my best ways? And what this does, the brain will process things visually a lot of the time. We tend to be very visual creatures. Now, everybody changes a little bit how they learn kinesthetically, visually, auditorily. There's different ways that we all learn. But no matter if this is your primary method or not, it is one of the ways that our brain will absorb information. And so you've gone through the kinesthetic writing these numbers. Okay. You are hearing it from yourself as you're talking through, from me as you go through this. Oh, it was a 10, it was a 5, it was 3, it was whatever. And then what I want you to do is give yourself a visual representation. The visual representation is going to have you quickly remembering in the future, that was a way that's really good for me to do it. Let's jump into that. Rank yourself, give yourself a bar graph so you can see which methods of finding clients are right for you. And if you noticed, it wasn't, these ranking numbers are not what's the hottest in the industry now, what's working right now, because you'll see things like that. Yes, it's good to know what's working generally, but what you need to know mostly is what's working for you, what's working for your clients, and what is fitting who you are. Okay? Your life, your timetable, your strengths, the things you enjoy doing. Because if our methods are not the ones that are really low here, either we need to learn something about them because it could be on the skill side of things a little bit. But if you think about it, it's ease, it's enjoyability, it's self sustainability. A lot of those things aren't going to change. Okay. And what that adjusts, what you could write up beside these numbers 1 through 10, that's the sustainability of it. That's how long lasting it can be. Because every time something's hard, it feels difficult, it's not enjoyable, it's not very effective, it's not really self sustainable. You've got to be hands on all the time, and it costs you a lot of time or money. That's not sustainable. And so that's what we're looking at, is really trying to find out what are the easiest, simplest, most enjoyable, most sustainable, most low cost ways of bringing in new clients for you, for you personally. And so that is just one little part of our prospect path that we're going to be building. So again, that thing that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen, jump in, come join me in this event. We're actually going to be starting on Tuesday, and this will not be in this Facebook group. This is going to be private because I want to make sure that the people in this event are stepping up and saying, I'm a rockstar coach. I've got something. I know I can make a difference in people's lives, and I'm ready to find clients. I want to do this. So we will not be streaming this into the Facebook group. This is only for those who are the rock stars who register. Okay. And what's going to happen is when you go to that registration page, you can see a little bit of a description and then click on one of the buttons. It's going to give you a little pop up. You're going to put in your information. There's optional stuff. You can put in whatever you want or don't want. It's up to you, but just enough to say, hey, I'm here. I'm a rock star. I want to do this. And when you do that, it's going to give you your Rockstar confirmation page, and then it's going to take you to our backstage. And backstage is where you're going to be able to get all the resources. You're going to be able to see the replays if you can't watch live. You'll be able to get all the recordings there. They'll be up for 10 days since from the start of it. So from Tuesday to I think it's the following Wednesday. Maybe it's 8 days. I can't remember. Anyway, it'll be up to the following Wednesday. And you'll be able to really lay out your six-figure complete prospect path because you are one personalized prospect path away from the six-figure business with balance that you want. So can you feel the personalization in this? It's about finding what's right for you, not just the hottest way. And that's only one piece. That's only one little piece. Because even if you get a great kick butt way to go find people right now, if they don't have something to follow all the way to becoming the end, or if it doesn't match your life, if it's causing you stress, if it's out of balance, or if you don't have ways to automate it and grow it and expand it once you get the numbers flooding in, it'll keep you spinning. It'll keep you on the roller coaster that I was on, that I was talking about at the beginning. Okay, so there we go. We're going to wrap it up. If you have any questions on that, feel free to message me. I want you to score all of your methods of finding out of 10 in those 5 categories. Get yourself to the point where you can see the chart, go through and do this so that you can see a visual representation of the best ways for you, and then jump into this workshop with me. All right, I will see you then. Have a great Wednesday.